2026 puts the horse on a collision course with power. Every move you make this year will be watched, possibly challenged, definitely tested. But for those who can command without flinching, well now, this is your time to rise. Hello everyone, time flies, doesn't it? Another year has passed, and yes, it's time once again to release the annual zodiac stars for the 12 animal signs, and of course we're starting with the boss. Okay, so my name is Paulynne Cheng. Thank you for joining me. I'm a Bazi and Feng Shui practitioner, and I use this art to empower, not to disempower. But before we dive into 2026, I know you can't wait, I know. Okay, let's do a quick recap of the horse stars in 2025. Okay, in 2025, well now, the horse was overflowing with the positive stars. The negative stars, barely noticeable, right? So in broad strokes, these stars could be used in two ways. Number one, upskill yourself thanks to the academy and the intelligence stars, okay? And number two, upgrade the network, okay? Because you've got the sun, which is a nobleman star, as well as the heavenly chef and the peach blossom. Okay, now if you haven't done this yet, listen, I'm releasing this in November, okay? You still got a few months, so chop chop, okay? Because we need them in 2026. So we begin with the Grand Duke, of course, okay? It brings leadership, ownership, and breakthroughs. Yes, unfortunately also problems, obstacles, maybe some dramatic plot twists. Why? Because leaders are expected to solve problems. A Grand Duke year is like getting promoted for a job you didn't apply for. It's like the universe looked around and went, hey, you there, you horse, you lead. Okay, so now taking on the Grand Duke means one thing. It's very simple. The buck stops here. There's pressure to deliver. You may shoulder the burden of expectations, and because of that, using the Grand Duke requires courage. But if you hesitate, feel unready, or you let fear call the shots, then 2026 may feel punishing, because with the Duke's arrival, not only is there pressure to deliver, but also the pressure of scrutiny as well. People are watching, you'll be recognized, you're on the radar. You're the reference point. Easy to gain credit for your accomplishments, but on the other hand, more eyes and a higher risk of messing up in public. If you don't like the attention, this can feel intense, okay? But then the question is, do you have the authority to act? Apparently, you do. Because coming along to support the Grand Duke is the General Star. The Grand Duke is decision making and taking ownership. The General Star is action taking. Think, leading from the front. This star adds a commanding presence that helps you garner respect. While when you speak, people pay attention. So in a nutshell, these three guys together gives you responsibilities, authority, and visibility. So knowing this now, how do we use this info? Well, choose the right responsibilities. Don't just say yes to every damn thing, right? Okay, but take on something. Okay, pick the responsibilities that will stretch your business or career. So what's going to be driving you forward in 2026? Well, competition, okay? Specifically, self-punishment triggered by a pressure to compete. Okay, it can also, now here's the thing, the year punishment and the three punishment can manifest as self-blame, a lot of coulda, woulda, shoulda, a lot of self-flogging. You know, you're like a horse with a whip in its mouth, flogging yourself. Okay, so it could play out like this. You may start to feel like left behind, because this is a competitive star, okay? So you hustle to catch up. That would be healthy competition. Or you think you're behind, and you end up checking out completely, and you start chasing like meaningless wins, like, you know, dominating casual online games, being the first in playing, I don't know, do people still play Candy Crush these days? Okay, so the year punishment and three punishment in the horse can also be an ego-driven thing. So let me tell you how. in 2026 that that wonderful human being you call a boss will get you to take on new responsibilities. Okay, all he or she has to do is smile sweetly at you, maybe bat their eyelashes and say, "But horse, you're the best person for the job." And driven by the year punishment, you would probably go, "Oh, yes, I am the best person for the job." Okay, so what if on the other hand, what if you are that wonderful human being that other people call a boss? Okay, then in your case, okay, you are feeling under pressure to stay relevant, and you're the one who is trying to drive change. Okay, you're trying to rally the troops. The good news is they will follow, but you need to lead with clear communications. So to be fair, the year punishment, especially for someone who is quite generally a bit more laid back, can be a good thing because competition galvanizes you into action. Suddenly all pumped up. Now, will the journey be smooth? You likely will mess up, maybe even publicly, but that's where the sword edge comes in. Okay, it tests your courage, it tests your resilience, and above all, your adaptability, the ability to stumble, recover, stay in the race. That's what 2026 is demanding. But of course, on the downside, the sword edge can bring miscommunication and even legal disputes. So, weigh your words, don't agree to things in haste. Triple check your documents and messages. Don't leave room for misunderstandings. This is especially important because now, this whole bunch, they're kind of smaller. Okay, this whole bunch is impulse control, impatience, recklessness, rash decisions. Goat blade plus the sword edge is do first, apologize later energy. Therefore, it may potentially attract petty drama and time-wasting arguments. But goat blade and sword edge together gives decisive impetus, like, just do it first. We'll fix it later. Okay, this type of energy. Now, just be careful that this may lead to the self-punishment, right? Example, taking on a big project without due consideration for how much time it will take, then you end up flogging yourself to the bone to complete it. Okay, fair warning, the whole bunch makes you extra reckless. Okay, in what way? Depends on where the horse is in your chart. We'll talk more about that in the second half of this video. Now, the frightened goat, this guy, is minor. But what it does is it amps up impatience and emotional reactivity. Can also sharpen your instincts on the positive side. The sensitivity can go both ways, okay? Hyper awareness of offense and criticism, or hyper tuned into shifting market signals. Hidden corpse reveals issues that had been swept under the rug. So as you lead, you'll likely uncover problems with deeper roots than expected. It can also, fair warning, can also point to hidden health issues. Okay, so better to know early. If you suspect something is wrong, go for a checkup. Okay, hidden corpse plus a sword edge may indicate either a heightened risk of injury or a possibility of minor surgeries in 2026. So be careful out there, okay? So now, what's the reward for navigating all these? The reward is the golden lock. This is a star that signifies success or rewards at the end of a hard campaign. For business owners, this could mean new opportunities, exclusive deals, access to better resources or markets, because you earned it, you literally earned it, okay, by transforming your business and leveling up. From a career lens, let's start with Gen Z and younger millennials. This whole starboard means you lead the tough projects, you do the hard thing, you overcome the resistance, you prove yourself. Now, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, this path almost guaranteed promotion, almost. But today, Hard work, I'm afraid, is often just rewarded with more work. Promotion, unclear. So what now? Okay, simple. We play anyway, okay, but we make it work for you, okay, because in today's timeline, in period 9, the Duke's arrival is the one that can bring you the visibility you need for the promotion, which means that letting your work do the talking is very passé. Build in public, document everything from day 1 to outcome, track improvements, lessons learned, results, show your work in real time. Don't just wait for review season. Reference your progress in your weekly check-ins, team updates, okay? Speak in outcomes, not in effort, okay? And tie your work to dollars, to time, to impact, okay? And most important, know your power players, because you have the Grand Duke. Know your power players, okay? Don't just update immediate supervisor, go 2 levels up, okay? As long as they are part of your key stakeholders. Turn everything into like a case study, add it to your resume, post it on wherever it is that you promote yourself as a professional, okay? So allow this whole thing to become a springboard, either internally or externally, okay? For older millennials and Gen X, this is a race for relevance. The job market is evolving faster than we can adapt. You don't need to learn to code, but you need to learn the tools to understand the logic behind the tools your team is using now. Upskill just enough to stay sharp. Upskill enough to understand the logic behind them. So if you're forced to make a career switch, don't just hunt for a job. Look for a function you can own, okay? Now, for older Gen X and baby boomers, the key word is health. Okay, stop sweeping things under the rug. Okay, get in prime condition to handle the horse. Okay, now, but of course, to be more precise, we need to see where the horse falls in your chart. But before that, a quick promo. Okay, all these tasks that I have described can be triggered by human action. You want to learn how? Okay, then join myself, Jonath Lee and Charmaine, okay, for our annual webinar. It's called Hack My 2026. Let me move out of the way. It's called Hack My 2026. If you're interested, scan the QR for details. I'm also putting the link into the video description. Expect information overload, because we literally pull from Bazi, Qi, Feng Shui, I Ching, and Tarot to help you build an action plan for the year ahead. Okay, now let's break all this down by the year. Okay, first, the year pillar. Okay, means you're born in the year of the horse lah. Okay, so this year, the competition out there is like a stampede. Only question is, do you want to play? Your industry feels extra competitive in 2026. Maybe even some reckless decisions being made in response to the extreme competition. However, Horse Star here is great for commanding attention, again, because of the Duke's arrival. Own your platform. Put your voice out there. Enhance your branding. Picture this, yeah? Picture this. In 2026, every time you walk into the room or attend a meeting, people are willing to give you their attention. When you talk, they listen. That's a gift, okay? Yeah, yes, because of the negative stars, there will be objections. Stupid people will stupid, okay? But still, they're listening, okay? They're listening, okay? Do you want to speak or not? Own your professional narrative, or someone else will, okay? And if you network, high chances you will meet with leaders, movers, and shakers. Perfect time to build more high-powered connections. If the horse is in the month pillar, this governs your career or business, okay? Now, you grab those high visibility projects, but choose them wisely. Don't just accept any type of projects. We want projects that bring growth, not just busyness. Okay, if you're a business owner or you're a business owner or career professional, okay, you're not a broom. Okay, so we want tough projects that escalates either business or career, not sweeping up after everyone's mess. Okay, and please, this bunch of negative star does amp up recklessness If you're already unhappy with your job, the impulse to just fling caution to the wind can feel excruciating. I'm not saying don't leave your job. I'm saying find a new one first and then go, because otherwise you will end up self-punishment. Finally, legal caution. Okay, double check contracts, agreements, whether it's internal or external. Next is the horse in the day. Okay, this governs physical body and intimate relationships. Grandeur year here, personal breakthrough. It's a call to take ownership of our own lives, regardless whether we're partnered or single. Okay? Stop waiting for others to hand you happiness on a silver platter. This is the year to create your own opportunities. Whatever dreams you have, they lie on the other side of fear. Okay? If partnered this year, 2026 might heighten emotional reactivity within your relationship. Learn to pause before you respond. Okay? With these negative stars, I'm afraid that every argument may feel like a battle that you must win. Okay? So pick your battles wisely. Okay? And take ownership of your health, please. Okay? Don't ignore the warning signs. It's better to resolve issues early rather than face them later. Okay? And these negative star also heightens risk of injuries, so stay alert. Situational awareness is mandatory. Finally, horse in the hour. This is mindset, investment, children, and staff. Now let's talk investments first. Stay away from the FOMO trades, okay? Unless you really know what you're doing, unless you have very strong trading discipline, because the horse is emotionally reactive in 2028. If you have got strong trading discipline, great. If not, stick to tried and tested long-term asset-backed investments. Okay? If you manage a team, empower them. Don't micromanage. Okay? Someone under you is ready for the next level. And who could it be? That's your job to figure out, okay? Not for me to tell you. As for children, it's a great year to instill accountability and emotional resilience. Now, mindset work. Non-negotiable with the horse in your hour pillar. Okay? The hidden corpse may resurrect old scripts about success, money, self-worth, or whatever else to the surface. Okay? Especially, those harsh self-judgments that we sometimes internalize without fully challenging. So you might feel like you're failing to live up to your potential, even when things are objectively fine. Okay, that's a loop. Okay, the danger isn't from external when the horse is in the hour. Okay, it's the voice inside that says you should be further along than by now. Okay, so use the positive stars, use the general star and the golden lock, okay, to rewrite those narratives consciously. So upgrade your internal standard, but don't weaponize it against yourself. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this sharing, here's how we could potentially work together. Okay, if sitting through a 3-day workshop is not your thing, well, here's what you could do. You could book a personal consult. Okay, this is my personal consult. Okay, do note, I'm the solo practitioner in my consultancy, so my schedule fills up real fast. So a month-long wait is normal. I wish I could clone myself, but alas, not yet. Now, if you always wanted to learn Bazi, I also offer a self-paced online course. It's called the Bazi Blueprint. Fair warning, it's deeply technical. Okay, because it's designed to grow new consultants, and or perhaps if you've been thinking about getting yourself a feng shui audit, okay, then you scan here. Okay, this is by email. Okay, so I typically just FYI, I typically do not accept feng shui audits in January and February because I need to honor my Bazi clients. Okay, next. Now, if the horse energy feels overwhelming, well, here's the good news. No need to go here alone, okay? Here's your best Bazi buddies for 2026. The goat, your trusty assistant, aka sidekick. Okay, partner up, grow together. Okay, the tiger. has a sharp mind, strong analytical skills in 2026. Rely on them for deep research is a good thing. Dog, the strategist and problem solver of 2026, one of them anyway. So with them behind the scenes, success is more attainable. Okay, so that's it for the horse in 2026. I hope you found this sharing helpful. If you did, you smash that subscribe button, okay? And if you know someone who maybe needs this info, share it with them. Helps me reach more people as well. And with that, let me wish you with the horse, 恭喜發財，馬到功成. May the horse bring you triumph and progress. Until next time, you have a great day ahead.